So how is everyone? I hope you're all well. Now look, this is going to be quite unpopular for some people. It'll be quite popular for others. But look, I'm not here to be popular, I'm here to just tell it as it is. And if I think things are done for some positive reason, then I'll pretty much leave it alone. If I think something's being done for other reasons, for nefarious reasons, or things are being hidden, truths are being hidden, facts are being hidden, then I'm going to call it out. And if anyone's got a problem with it, come to me directly and tell me you've got a problem with it. But in this video, we're talking specifically about Jane Doe. Now, Jane Doe, number 2, we're going to call her Jane Doe number 2. There's no, I know number 2 is generally for, I'm not saying that. That's someone else called her that. So Jane Doe number 2 comes forward. She goes to some certain channels. And these are highly reputable channels. But look, she goes to them. She goes to them and she does an interview. She does this interview and she's hiding all of her, she doesn't want people to know who she is. She doesn't want people to. She says she's going forward because she doesn't feel that law enforcement are taking them seriously. So I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you, YouTube. Because that's the best place to go. And I thought to myself, look, at first, I thought, I could feel that. If you felt genuinely that a friend of yours had lost their life, you felt that something was off, and you'd gone to law enforcement hadn't listened, maybe this platform could help. We saw the help that Adventures with Purpose made, and maybe that was the motivation for it. But then as I was watching these videos of Jane Doe number 2, things kept coming up. And I thought, hold on a second, that's familiar. That piece of information is familiar. Can you remember the video? It was yesterday. If you can't remember it, you've probably got a memory similar to mine. But I kept thinking to myself, and I kept making reference to a certain person. And I thought, hold on a second, this is indeed Jane Doe number 2. I did some digging, asked a few questions, and it was confirmed to me by someone else who, at the moment, they'll remain anonymous. If they'd like to not remain anonymous, they can contact me. They know how to, and I can let you all in on that. But I'm not going to throw them under the bus because there's no need to. But look, so who is Jane Doe number 2? So Jane Doe number 2 is Elsa. Now, Elsa had inserted herself right at the beginning. Right at the beginning. Remember, we've spoken about Elsa. Elsa was the last person, apparently, to see Kiely alive. She was right there. She's the person who helped her up out of the hole, which that was strategically removed from the the story that these other channels had. And obviously I would imagine that that was removed because it would have told us who this person was. So when I think of Elsa, and I think, hold on a second, well, Elsa's not really got any motivation to assist YouTube in the way that she led us to believe is the reason that she came to YouTube. She is a friend of Sammy. She is a part of this clique of friends who was with Kiely on that night. Now look, I found myself, and you will remember, as I'm talking and I'm going through this information, I'm thinking to myself, well, this information goes to help prove that what Sammy has said is true, that she wasn't there, she'd left. She was nothing to do with it. She'd gone. At the most of it, she was just a shitty friend. So look, I ask you now, with the Jane Doe being Elsa, the Elsa that was the person who put the whole time frame together, the timeline that's been used by multiple channels, including this one, the map showing where everything was, why would you then want to go onto a YouTube channel, hide your hide who you are, and then try to push specific things, like the fact that it was raining. When I've been told by multiple people it wasn't raining on that day. To say that it wasn't Sammy who set up this party, it was actually 3 other people from different areas. Now, is Elsa just part of this group of girls who are trying to protect themselves? And to, again, push the blame onto Kiely, saying that Kiely was drunk, she could hardly walk, she could hardly talk. That there was other people there from outside of the area. That there was rowdy stuff going on. Look, it's just the way it is. Why can't somebody honestly come out and say, this is who I am, this is what I think happened, and this is why I think happened? Why is it all so cloak and dagger and not wanting to say anything? I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. Genuinely don't get it. I don't care about anybody else around this girl. I truly don't. Because in my eyes, everybody around her, from family to friends, let her down. And you can all go and fuck yourself.